All right, friends, it's Team On. We are back with a new video on Jason Blaha again, man. You know who. We're going to do a reaction video to Jason Blaha, the bomba clot himself, the gym, lifting, recruiting, gear, fitness slave. And yeah, we're going to see what he says. Blaha says, these are the healthiest foods to base our diets on. Okay, all right.
Generally what most leading experts and researchers around the world agree upon. So when we take this position, this is an evidence-based position. This is not a fad diet. This is not about promoting or selling products. It is not any of that. It is going off what the leading experts in longevity, disease prevention, and even sports researchers, like people who literally research sports science and building the best athletes. In other words, the best athletes tend to follow diets that are extremely high in starches and starch-based.
Starch-based, yeah. That's junk food. Man, let's just put it this way. Carbohydrates are junk food, so these people are looking for junk food. But it's a drug. It's a drug. Sugar's a drug, man. So why wouldn't they look for something that would give them an edge, right? If they use it for slaves to keep slaves working, right? That's why they feed them sugar. They put sugar in everything, in all your food. It's to keep you working, to keep you productive, you know. They don't care about your health.
Because again, it tends to produce the best performance. It tends to produce the best body composition.
Does it? How do you know that? How do you know? How do you know that a high fat animal diet, your natural diet, doesn't do that as well? Have you discovered that it doesn't do that? Is that it? So you need to take a drug called sugar, plants? We know that all drugs are made from plants and all plants are drugs because steroids are from plants, sugars from plants, these hardcore drugs are from plants, marijuana, alcohol, cocaine, whatever, opium, and all these weird drugs. They're all from plants, dude. So, yeah, sugar's just a different and powerful drug.
And again, unless your sport benefits from you gaining a lot of fat.
Have you seen his basket? The basket there, his diet. It's a slave diet. Look what he eats. Let's go back here again. Hold on. Let's see this pop up. All right, he's got broccoli, which is toxic. He's got fat-free, I don't know what that is, like processed milk of some sort, maybe cream milk or something in there. It looks like there's some chicken breast there on the right side. Then there's like brown rice, which is really, really starchy. I mean, Chinese, they eat white rice. They don't eat the brown rice because it's more toxic. There's more arsenic in there, I believe, in brown rice than white rice. So arsenic, cholesterol, this milk thing here. It's just bad for you. Your exosomes are increased, which is extremely bad for you. Milk, drinking milk as an adult is extremely bad for you. You can't do anything with it. The broccoli, it's toxic. Oxalates, it's toxic. It's poisonous, and the rice is poisonous. The arsenic, the chicken, I don't even know. It's kind of putrid, man. Chicken's very putrid. The stuff that they do to chickens, what they feed them, it's just gross. But anyway, he's got some yams here or something. I think I don't even know what those are. Are those yams or are those, what do you call it? I think he has some potatoes here or something. Some weird stuff. More oxalates, more toxicity, more poison. And then he's got some stuff here on the right side. It's just gross, man. I don't know. But whatever. What kind of performance? This stuff will destroy you over time. Even your performance may be compromised. Look, if you're asking me, this stuff is going to compromise your performance. If you're a real true athlete, you want to eat as clean as possible, which is whole foods, which is animal products. So what do mitochondria run the best on? Well, animal fat. Have you tried that? No, you haven't tried that. So how would you know? So eating like fish and animal fat, like seafood and animals and animal fat and stuff, and bone broths and collagen and everything. Don't you think collagen's good for you? Everybody wants to eat collagen. Why are they eating collagen? For marine and animal. That's where you get collagen from, marine and animal. Okay. People are downing collagen like crazy. Why? Because they eat such an artificial diet. Like this glycation ages you. It destroys your joints. It destroys everything in your body, bro. It destroys collagen. It breaks it down. Even your spine. That's what glycation causes. And these poisons can't be doing you any good either. Like the arsenic, the oxalates, and whatever else is in there, cyanide or something. Well, I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, definitely sugar is a drug, so that will help with performance. But all these other foods here, this is junk food.
And it's oftentimes only going to be in certain weight classes. Body composition even matters there, and we know body composition affects health. So let's be very, very clear on all of that.
Yeah, body composition does affect health. When you're gaining weight, excessive weight from all these fake junk, from eating junk food, drugs and junk food all day. What'd you expect, man? It's toxic now. It's in your body, and it's causing. There's a level of toxicity and inflammation and a bunch of things, man, which is no good for you.
The health at every size thing is a myth. Probably videos I need to continue to make and discuss.
Jesus, look how old Blaha looks. I swear, it looks like an 85-year-old man. It's an 85-year-old man. He has to be in these booty shorts all the time showing you what he looks like, because you won't see anything if he wears like pants, like jogging pants, or even if the shorts were to the knee and he wore a shirt, you wouldn't see anything. And his arms are small, so they come off really small, his arms, and so is his legs.
So again, we need to be very, very aware of that fact. But the reason I say a lot of this is multifold in nature. Again, number one, starches and glucose are the primary preferred and healthy fuel source.
Did you see that vein running down the middle of his head when he did that deadlift? Wow, that's something weird. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of oxidative stress there.
For humans, when you get people who chime in and say, well, I'm a type 2 diabetic, or I'm a type 1 diabetic, it's like, well, type 1 diabetic, that's a valid exception, right? But if their insulin is well managed, all right, we need to be clear, if their insulin is well managed, even they will be healthier on this type of diet. Okay, if their medications are dialed in. But that is also a medical condition to where a person's body, literally they are born not functioning correctly. All right, and they sometimes have to do stuff a little different because...
Born not functioning correctly? That's kind of weird. Never heard that before, but whatever, okay.
They can't get their medications dialed in to replicate something that their body doesn't make.
Medications, did we ever need medications in the past? There's no pharmacies, didn't exist, none of these things. What medications? What is Blaha so artificial, man? Medications, you didn't need anything. The problem with people today is they can't stop eating junk food and drugs called sugar. Yeah, all these weird junk foods, the fruits, the vegetables, and the processed foods out of these fruits and vegetables, engineered fruits and vegetables, and the sugar, which is more junk food.
So that is absolutely the worst example we could use, because even they would still benefit if their medication is dialed in correctly. All right, now that aside, the type 2 diet.
Yes, medication has to be dialed in correctly. Yes, my friend, okay.
Diabetics, had they just eaten this way to begin with,
oh yeah,
and I want to be extremely clear, the overwhelming amount of research shows that had they just eaten this way to begin with, and built their whole diet around these foods and kept their fats low and their refined sugars low and this other stuff, they would never have become a type 2 diabetic.
Really? Well, yeah. Here's the thing: if they just ate their natural food, they wouldn't have been a diabetic to begin with. Yes.
It would not happen.
Yeah.
So there's the irony when people use that as the exception. Had you just done this to begin with, you wouldn't be in this situation. Okay? All right, now that being said, glucose-driven, okay? Furthermore, the health benefits of dietary fiber have been shown to be overwhelming. Again, setting aside the fad diets and people who have damaged and destroyed their body with bad diets. Okay? Because usually...
Yeah, fiber. You can't digest it. You can't do anything with it. It's junk food. Okay, great. Yes. Okay. We wanna block our intestines with a lot of fiber, so that we're dysfunctional. Okay, great. Yes, and bloated, and piling up the weight in our intestines, possibly holding up to 20, maybe 30 pounds of poop, or 40.
people who have various IBS problems and other stuff, what got them there to begin with? Well, there's obviously an autoimmune
Eating Blaha's artificial diet. That's what.
component, but had they just eaten proper, healthy, balanced diets to begin with, the majority of them
Yeah, their natural diet as a human, meat. Yes, animals.
wouldn't.
If you love your town,
So that is a big problem when we bring these things up. It's a big problem. People's bad lifestyles put them in a situation to where the healthiest foods start to become problematic.
He considers those healthy foods in his basket. Yeah, okay.
Well, don't become that person. And to those people, fix your health issues and then get on a proper healthy diet. That's how this works.
Yeah, what is the proper healthy diet for a human? What's a proper healthy diet? Your natural diet. Natural. Listen to the word natural. Not engineered, not an engineered diet, engineered food, or processed food. Your natural diet. And what would that be? What's natural out in nature? Animals. Animals are natural. There you go. Wow. Wasn't that easy?
And if you're the rare exception who it wasn't your lifestyle, something else, then you shouldn't be coming to the internet for advice. You need to consult a medical expert. You shouldn't be on the internet looking at stuff like this to determine what you need to do, let alone these quacks pushing the bad diets in these same platforms,
That's right.
like carnivore and other nonsense. So that aside, let's get back over to it. Fiber. Fiber is phenomenal for health. And people who say, well, I can only tolerate so much of it. Yeah, but your body builds that up. So if you gradually increase your fiber intake over months or a year, what ends up happening is that your body does adapt and then you tolerate it extremely well. And once you're tolerating it extremely well, what are the benefits?
Wow, you have to tolerate an artificial diet. Blaha wants you to tolerate junk food. Okay, great. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Healthy gut flora, healthy blood sugar control, better insulin sensitivity.
And how do you get that? By eating a natural diet. That's how you get better. All these things. Man, I don't know what Blaha's trying to pull here.
All these things. Keeping in mind the gut flora part affects your immune system. Literally, a high fiber diet, once you adapt to it.
Somebody told him that. I don't know if that's based on his experience. I don't know what he's basing this on, but whatever. Somebody told him that. I try to use my experiences, and then I try to, I look for answers. I look for stuff out there based on my experiences. I make sure that at least, my experiences match up with what I'm talking about. If it doesn't, forget it. It's just, forget it. I won't talk about it if it's not based on a lot of my experience. Some things I will, but I won't say it's based on my experience.
You'll get the colds and stuff less often. Impacts your immune system, okay? Because we know that
What impacts your immune system? When your immune system is compromised, if you're poisoning yourself daily with junk food, which is poison, they got poisons in them, your immune system is compromised. That's why you're getting sick. Hello?
is where even our immune system kind of starts. It affects it
Oh, yeah.
in a very positive manner. Now, obviously, this is not a replacement for medical care. It falls under preventative medicine.
Of course not.
So, again, this is what we mean by this is for overall health. We're not just talking body composition. Now, we could talk body composition. Most of these foods are very low fat, high in fiber. That's the key to getting lean. We could talk about protein and protein overfeeding and how that affects body composition, and that has a place. But really, where's your foundation just for getting lean? Blood sugar control?
Man, you get lean and stay lean when you eat natural food, natural human diet. A natural human diet. That's what.
Insulin sensitivity, fiber, appetite, satiety.
Yeah, that all comes when you eat your natural human diet, a natural diet. If you eat anything unnatural, guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to have all these problems. Yeah, man, okay.
Okay?
It's kind of
High
obvious.
fiber diets, high glucose, low fat diets are going to tend to do that.
A high junk food diet. Yeah, okay, Blaha, what about it? What about it?
All right, they're going to do all that, but there are the other health things to consider.
What are they going to do all that what? Destroy you? Yes. What are the other health benefits to consider?
So when we start looking at stuff like lipid profiles, inflammation, cardiovascular
Oh, yeah, that all goes away when you're on your natural human diet. Okay.
disease, insulin sensitivity, all the stuff that affects heart attack, affects strokes, affects diabetes, affects cancer.
You know how that all happens? Cancer, strokes, this, that. You know how that happens? When you poison yourself daily with junk food, fake food. Yeah.
This sort of diet is preventative. Like this.
Yeah, it's easily preventative. You want to know how? Doctor, every time I lift my arm, it hurts. Don't do that and it won't hurt. See what I mean? Doctor, every time I eat fake food, I get cancer, I get cardiovascular disease, I get brain problems and tumors and all that. Well, guess what? Don't eat that anymore. Doctor, I never get that on my natural diet, my natural human diet. Well, then go back to eating that. There you go. Simple. See how easy that was?
Is where you cut your risk of these things down dramatically, irrespective of what your genetic predispositions are. People say, well, the genetics, it's like, yeah, so if you've got a genetic predisposition towards these things, these lifestyle things.
You don't have a genetic predisposition. You have what we would call your body's tolerating being poisoned for a certain time until you reach 40 when your body says, you know what? You're not a necessity anymore, so I don't really have to take care of you anymore. You better, if you want to live longer, then you're gonna have to take care of yourself. I'm not gonna do it for you anymore. That's what it says, really. The time was up because you had your kids, you procreated, you created DNA. By the time you reach 40, your children are growing up.
Things are even more important. They're 10 times more important. And anyone who doesn't understand that, it's like, yeah, you need to be cutting your chances down. If you're predisposed to it, you're not doomed to have these things. Your lifestyle actually becomes even more important. Because the people who aren't predisposed actually have a little more wiggle room on this than you do. But yeah, these are the foods.
You were not put on this earth to lift weights in a garage. That's not why you were put on this earth. To create man-made weight and then lift it repetitively. None of these things that he's doing are natural. Yeah, they're all unnatural. They're artificial. And if they're artificial, they're fake. And if they're fake, they're not what you're meant to be doing. I'm not saying you can't lift something. I'm not saying you shouldn't or shouldn't do anything. I'm simply making points. It's a reaction video, bro. Listen, man. What he's doing here is just fake, but you could take it any way you want. Look, I don't mind. I personally lift weights sometimes, but I do it in a regenerative bout now. That's about it. I just do it for regeneration. That's it. I don't know about other people. All right, I could do more natural things to get a regeneration out of more natural things like running down the street in sprints, or I don't know, climbing something or whatever. Yeah, there are other ways to get some of these regenerative bouts, but hey, man, I can use a gym.
You should be eating, so what are we talking about? I mean, make it simple. People are like, what do you mean by those foods? Grains.
Wow, grains are the worst thing that were ever brought into light. When humans started eating grains, it's kind of obvious. They said that it has caused, that was the main thing, was grains, which have caused problems. I'm inclined to believe them because the bodies are shrinking, the brains are shrinking, just everything. Even your pee-pee shrinking. You're always wondering why your penises are smaller and your testicles now. More grains, more chemicals, more grains, more gluten, more GMO. More GMO could be causing it. Who knows? It's a lot of things there now.
Root vegetables, legumes. So Rice, potatoes, beans. There you go. Let's put it.
Yeah, junk food with poisons in them. Great. Yeah, okay.
Put it in plain English for you. That's the stuff you should be eating. The foundation of your diet.
The foundation of your diet should be as raw as possible. Should be whole animal products and as raw as possible. I eat raw eggs. If I have to eat eggs, it's going to be raw. I'm going to eat fish now. I'm eating it raw. Actually, sushi. I'm eating it raw. I mean, wherever I could get raw things, I eat it. My beef is pretty much raw. I eat a lot of raw beef now. That's making me so much better. You know that? The thing is, when you eat raw stuff, wow, the things that happen in your body when I started eating the raw sushi, and I started eating a lot of it, wow, there just something happened. I don't know what it is, but I can't describe it, man. Just like, I don't know what it was. It was like a surge of something throughout my body. You know that? It was like a surge. It's crazy. You just feel so much better. Euphoria. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
And then the rest should be filled in with lean proteins, some fruits and other vegetables. All right, guys.
Lean proteins, fruits and vegetables are not proteins. What are you talking about? But yeah, lean protein. Are you talking about animal products? Yeah. But these beans and things, whatever, you don't need those.
That's really all I have to say on that today.
I think he's trying to convince all of you to eat his slave diet so that you could destroy yourself like he's doing to himself and go to a gym and destroy yourself. So let's see. Let's eat as much poison as we can, junk food with poison in it, and go lift as much as we can weights at a gym or wherever, in a garage or a gym or something, repetitively, so that we could be 40 and look like we're 85. Oh, okay. Well, that's the goal. Great. I'll see you in the next one, friends. You tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. There's something in life you have to learn on your own, I guess. I don't know. See you later.